Today, I'm going to talk about Hyperledger Fabric and the basic transaction flow of a transaction on a Hyperledger Fabric platform. So basically, Hyperledger is a big project of Linux Foundation where it is open source and there are lots of the collaborators. They collaborate there and it is one of the project on this Hyperledger platform. Like at the time of use cases, I talked about Hyperledger ND. I talked about Hyperledger Sawtooth at the time of consensus mechanism discussion. So these are some projects we had for certain specific purposes. This Hyperledger Fabric basically works at the level of operating system like thing, where Hyperledger Composer can provide certain specific thing. I will talk and after two video lectures on Hyperledger Composer. Today we have Hyperledger Fabric and how the transaction flow on this Hyperledger Fabric. So let's start. This is a architecture of a Hyperledger Fabric. Here, in the last video lecture, I talked about certain components, blockchain component, which is applicable here for Hyperledger as well. So this is a peer, and this is the client application, or we say Hyperledger Fabric client SDK. This programming can be done in Python, Java, or Node.js. And this is an ordering system. This is an ordering system. And this is the Hyperledger Fabric network. If you talk about a peer, then it can be certain organizations can participate here. And we have shown in a very simplified fashion. So certain organization can participate and more than one peer of a particular organization can participate here for ensuring the consensus. And that organization can participate in ordering service as well. I will talk about this ordering service later here. So in ordering service, they can participate. And it may be that only they participate here as an endorser or only committer or both endorser and committer. So these are the possibilities. So these are some key elements, key things we have. So endorser, committer, a ledger. I have talked about the ledger in the previous video. If you're not aware, then please see the previous video. Then this chain code. Chain code is nothing but the smart contract. On Hyperledger Fabric, we use the term chain code. So this chain code is nothing but the smart contract and events. I talked about events in the previous video lecture. So if you're not aware, then please see that. So firstly, talk about this membership service. This membership service is basically a very important thing which is used to authenticate a particular participant on this Hyperledger Fabric network. We know that this Hyperledger Fabric basically used a certain, we can say, permission blockchain. So we know that on permission blockchain, identity of whether it is admin or a simple participant, the identity of that participant is needed and it should be authenticated. So for that, this membership services is used, and certain Fabric certification authority can do this task. But if anyone wants certain trusted external certificate authority, then it is also allowed. So anyone can use the Fabric certificate authority or external certificate authority. And it is just like a plugin device. We can use that. So this endorser, committer, and this ordering service. So this is the basic architecture of the Hyperledger Fabric. So let's understand this, all this. First is the committing peer. Basically, any committing peer will maintain a ledger and the state as well. And this committing peer will actually commits the transaction, and the committer may have a smart contract or may not have. A smart contract, as I said, it is a chain. The second, a peer can work as an endorser. So endorsing a peer means a specialized committing peer that receives a transaction proposal for endorsement. So basically what happens that a client SDK will submit certain transaction to endorser, and after endorsement, this ordering service will be involved. And after that, when this SDK client will receive sufficient endorsement from the endorser, then he will inform to this ordering service. Then certain kind of ordering is done. I will talk later how it happens. And after that, this commit process happens. So the specialized committing peer that receives a transaction proposal for endorsement responds whether it is granting or denying that, and definitely it needs a smart contract. Then ordering notes, as I said, it approves the and performs certain kind of ordering, and it is different than a Bitcoin network where it is taken and then added on the blockchain. I will talk later. Approves this inclusion of transaction block into the ledger and communicates with the committing and endorsing peer nodes. And it doesn't hold any smart contract and doesn't hold any kind of ledger. So here in Hyperledger Fabric, we have this transaction flow, that is the after a submission of client transaction. Firstly, endorsement is done. After that, ordering and then validation. So it is different than Bitcoin network where ordering is done firstly and then certain kind of consensus mechanism is used here. Now, this step one, let's understand each and every step. As I said, this client will submit the proposal of their transaction to endorser. And this endorser will have certain endorsement policy. It is shown here in pink color. So suppose the endorsement policy is that E0, E1, and E2 must sign on that. So if this policy will be maintained, then only this it will be validated. So application proposes the transaction. These are the smart contract, that is a chain code we say on Hyperledger Fabric network. This is the ordering service. These are the ledger, which is maintained by endorser and committer as well. So suppose we have this E0, E1, E2, and 3 endorser, and these are some committers. So we can see that client application submits a transaction proposal of a smart contract A, and it must target the required peer, that is E0, E1, and E2. Now, after this, the second step, that is the execution of the proposed transaction. This endorser will execute this. E0, E1, and E2 will each execute the proposed transaction, and none of these execution will update the ledger. This is the important thing. And each execution will capture the set of read and written data. We say that is a read-write set, that is RW set, which will now flow in the fabric. And after that, transaction can be signed and encrypted. So they will execute. After that, they will maintain the actual status of that execution, and it will not be updated on the ledger. This is the important thing. None of the execution will update the ledger. And after this execution, they will sign and encrypt it. Now, the proposal response, that is, application will receive the response from the endorser. So read write set are asynchronously returned to the client application, and this are signed by each endorser to maintain security through through network, which is used for transferring of this endorsement. And this information will be checked much later in the consensus process. Then the ordering of this transaction. Basically, this transactions proposal, after receiving sufficient endorsement, and if it is satisfied the endorsement policy, then it will be submitted for ordering. And this ordering service may receive other applications after endorsement. So it is not only for, it will receive only one. So it will receive from other application, and then this ordering service is responsible for ordering all these proposals. So responses submitted for ordering. Application submits responses as a transactions to be ordered. And this ordering happens across the fabric in parallel with the transactions submitted by the other applications. So here, after endorsement, this ordering services use some mechanism. I will talk in the next video lecture how it happens. And after that, certain kind of ordering is done. It is very important because suppose someone having $50, or you can say 50 rupees, and suppose he is transacting 50 more, and then it become 100. And again, he is transacting that 50 rupees to another one. That is a kind of subtraction. So both transactions cannot happen at the same time. So in ordering service, the transaction which will be ordered first, that will be executed and later will be discarded. And at the step of validation, it will be declared as an invalid transaction. So that's why this ordering service and after that validation is important here. So that is the fifth step, that is delivering of the transaction. So ordering service collects transaction into the proposed block for distribution to committing peers. And this endorser will work as a committer as well. So it will be transferred to that. So peers can deliver to other peers in a hierarchy as well. And different ordering algorithms are used, just like Solo, that is a single node. So which will receive first come first serve. Whatever the request will receive from that, accordingly it will be ordered. And the second one, a very powerful one, that is the Kafka crash fault tolerance mechanism is used for that. So this will be informed to all the committers. Now the validation of the transaction by all the committers. The committing peers validate these transactions. Every committing peer will validate against the endorsement policy and also check the read write sets, whether it is valid or not. And for current word state, that validated state transactions are applied to the word state and written on the ledger. So basically, our writing on the ledger is done here. And invalid transactions are also retained on the ledger, but do not update the word state, so that it can be proved that it was the invalid transactions. And after that, it will be notified to all. That is the notifying peers, committing peers notified the applications. Application can register to be notified when transactions succeed or fail so that they will be aware about that particular event. And when blocks are added to the ledger, then also it will be notified. So application will be notified by each peer to each peer to which they are connected. So this is a basic flow of the transaction on Hyperledger Fabric. As I said that the very way of transaction flow on Hyperledger Fabric is a different one. Normally, it is done on a certain network like Bitcoin and other. Here, we do endorsement first, and after that, we order all those transactions. Basically, the logic for that, the basically all the endorser are the business entity they are participating. So we would like to see the basic idea of Hyperledger Fabric is we would like to see whether all those endorsers are endorsing that transaction or not. Then only it can be ordered and the form the block and then it should be added. So this is the basic idea. So it better reflect business processes by specifying who endorses the transaction. And basically it eliminates the non-deterministic transactions of possibility. And it is also, this transaction flow is also important for scaling of the number of participants and it for the transaction throughput as well, because any peer can participate as an endorser or as a endorser and committer both, or only as a committer. So it enhances it. It gives the opportunity for the scalability of number of participants on that network. So a very important link here I am showing here. You can Google the Hyperledger Fabric, and you will get the link of Hyperledger Fabric website, and you can search the tutorials tab, and this is a very good link. You should explore it for more knowledge. So enough for today. In the next lecture, I will talk about in more detail about the Hyperledger Fabric. Thank you.